Hey fragrance family, welcome to another video from Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. Today's video is going to be featuring a fragrance from the house of Versace, their Pour Homme line, and it is Oud Noir. If you would, go ahead and do me a favor if you haven't already and smash that subscribe button. Help us to grow one of the smallest fragrance review channels on YouTube. Also hit that like button and hit the notifications bell. We upload videos on Mondays and Fridays at 6 a.m. Central Time, but we also from time to time will upload the occasional midweek video like this one right here. And even sometimes on the weekends we'll upload a special video. So subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Let's get started. So Versace Pour Homme is the line that this is from. The original Versace Pour Homme is a light citrus aquatic style fragrance. It's a very reminiscent of Chanel Pour Homme and fragrances in that category. Their most popular fragrance in this line is the Dylan Blue fragrance, which is a fantastic blue fragrance, spicy, woody. One of my favorite blue fragrances. And this is their intro into the oud category. And this has been described as a very mild oud and a pleasant oud. And if you watch the very first, or even I had a second video on this fragrance that I had put out right after I got it, which that video is, I've taken it down. It was pretty scathing. I did leave up the first impressions video on it, and so you can go back and watch that unboxing first impressions video. But I just was not ready for the world of oud. All I smelled was a little bit of a fruity, citrusy opening, and then just a big whole chunk of wet wood, you know, is kind of the way I described it. And I believe I was suffering a little bit from COVID nose, and then also just having no experience with oud fragrances. So I've had this fragrance for a good while now, and as you can see, I've worn it quite a bit. My oldest son really likes it. And so I wanted to do another review on it and give you a little bit of a better take. It's described as an amber woody fragrance, and I don't think I would describe it that way. I would describe it more as a spicy woody fragrance because I don't get a lot of amber, or at least it's not amber forward. But so it opens, the top notes are bitter orange and neroli and black pepper. And it opens with a very, a bitter orange. So a bitter orange is a very tart orange fruit that is inedible. And so it's got, it would be kind of like a mixture of an orange and a grapefruit. It's kind of got that orange aroma, but there's that tartness that you get from grapefruit. And so in the very opening, the way it smells with the neroli, you also get some of the middle notes right off the top. Saffron and cardamom, it's coming out almost from the beginning, maybe 15-20 seconds into the dry down. It's really nice. Now the oud is there from the beginning as well. It's in the background when you first spray it, being overwhelmed by the top notes, but it's there. And you know, it really is pleasant now that I have gotten kind of over COVID and my nose is back to normal. The amber in this is in the mid, and it is olibanum. And so, again, it's definitely there, but the saffron and the cardamom kind of overtake it with the sweet spiciness of those two notes. And so the olibanum just kind of acts as a blender, kind of a nice smoothness. If you don't know what olibanum is, it is what is called in the Bible frankincense. And it's a very nice aroma. Frankincense, I like to use it to put in my diffuser because it's not only does it smell good, but it also has antibacterial properties and things of that nature. And I'll be honest with you, now that it's drying down even more, I've got the dry down in one hand, I've got the opening on the other hand. I really can now smell the frankincense alongside the oud. There is patchouli and leather wood also in the base. So it is a very woody fragrance. It's wood forward, and the wood is the agar wood. So if you like woody fragrances, it's subtly spicy. It's not, I wouldn't call it a spicy woody. I wouldn't put it, in the same category as many of the spicy woody fragrances because it's so different with that oud note. But it is very pleasant. It's a little bit challenging. It's a good introduction into oud fragrances. It's a good introduction into fragrances that may get you out of your comfort zone. It did me, but it has grown on me, and I find it very pleasant. The bottles here in the Versace Pour Homme line are very nice. It's got kind of a jewel case bottle, kind of looks like an old jewelry box. It's got the house stamped into the gold collar. You've got your logos embossed into the top of the atomizer, which has very good distribution, as I showed you earlier. The cap, I believe, is plastic, but it's a heavier, thicker plastic. The lid snaps into place, holds it really well. And these bottles, they just look nice on your shelf. They're uniform in the Pour Homme line, and they look really good sitting together on your shelf. If you don't have this one, but you like Pour Homme or Dylan Blue, or if you've been wanting to get into maybe finding an oud fragrance to start with, this is a good one to start out with because the oud it's not barnyardy. It is just a strong, to me, and I may be describing this much different, but to me it's like a strong wet wood. But you got the spices and the orange and the neroli and the frankincense and the patchouli all blended in there to give it depth. And so I like it. Definitely has grown on me a lot since my first impression. Let me know what you think about this fragrance as well as others. You can always suggest fragrances, or you can send me one, and I'll be glad to send it back to you after a review. If you have something that I don't have that you want me to do a first impression and even a review of. So, anyways, you can just contact me by leaving a comment or send me an email. All right, like and subscribe. Until we see you down the road, we say God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.